Hi, I'm Mitra Sorrells in the PhocusWire studio at Phocuswright Europe, and I am joined by Roenen Ben-Ami. He is co-founder and chief risk officer at Justt. Welcome.
Thank you.
So let's start by talking about how would the chargeback process work without Justt?
Great. So the chargeback process works where a cardholder can actually click on a dispute button on their credit card portal and actually dispute a transaction. And many of these transactions that are being disputed are invalid disputes. It could be an innocent mistake by the cardholder or a cardholder that's trying to get something for free. So when that happens, the issuing bank who issued the credit card provides the cardholder with those funds in return, and they post a chargeback. When that chargeback is posted into Visa or MasterCard system, the funds are taken from the merchant. I always say that the system is built guilty until proven innocent for merchants. So they lose the funds, and then they can go through a process of manually providing documentation proving that it's an invalid claim. However, many merchants don't actually submit documentation for all their chargebacks because of the fact that it can be quite time-consuming, and when you have fluctuations of chargebacks with a manual team, sometimes you can't get to all the cases, as well as the rules and regulations constantly change by the card schemes, and they're quite complex. So many merchants, even though they might be building evidence, their success rates of recovering the funds, even though they should be winning, is quite low.
Yeah, and that sounds like it could be a really inefficient process, potentially. So then how does Justt use technology to improve chargeback management?
Yeah, so we really have taken an approach to automate the entire process on behalf of merchants. So what we've done is integrated with their payment service providers, like a Stripe or an Adyen. We work with third-party solutions that enrich our data, as well as we take several data points from the merchant. Then our system actually builds a tailored solution at scale for that merchant in their specific industry, their end user flow, and their specific types of chargebacks. And then we submit the evidence for each and every one of their chargebacks on their behalf. And we don't stop there. Our second stage is really once we start receiving actual results, we see what's been won and what's been lost. And for the lost cases, we run A/B tests and use a data-driven approach to actually improve the solution over time. So the more chargebacks that are fed into our system, the smarter our system becomes.
Oh, that's really interesting. But now, this is not an anti-fraud solution, correct? So what's the difference there?
Yeah, great question, because the anti-fraud solutions really sit on the post-transaction side, and they're really trying to stop true fraud where somebody stole the credit card details of a cardholder and they're doing the transaction on their behalf. And they're able to stop those true fraud transactions. We sit on the post-transaction side when the chargeback actually comes in and the funds are lost. And many of those are what you call friendly fraud, where it's an invalid claim by the cardholder. And we actually produce the evidence to prove that it's an invalid claim.
And something I should have just asked right off the top, just to clarify. So you work beyond travel, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. And within travel, it's what types of clients are you working with?
Great. So yeah, we work beyond travel. In the travel space, it is quite a large pain point for hotels, airlines, OTAs, rental car companies. We definitely see a lot of these challenges for them.
Okay, so a lot of them, well, really all the main sectors there that you're touching on. Can you explain a bit more about your integration process and how a merchant can start really having some success right from the beginning?
Yeah, it's great. What we've done recently is we see that a lot of merchants either have low win rates or there's a lot of their chargebacks that they're not even dealing with today. So what we've actually provided is a way to go live very quickly without any sort of integration, because we're already integrated with the payment service provider and we're already integrated with the third-party solutions. So that's already done by us. And in regards to the merchant data, we can go live without merchant data and already provide a better win rate than the merchants receiving today. And then usually merchants who work with us for several months and see how successful we are, they can integrate with our API or provide us on a weekly basis the data points that we need so we can improve the solution for them.
Okay. And then finally, tell us a bit about your business model then and kind of how you get paid and how that functions for you.
Yeah, so it really depends on the merchant. We have two major business models that they usually choose from. We can do a success-based fee, meaning we only get paid if we've actually recovered the funds on behalf of the merchant, and we wait the entire life cycle of the chargeback that can be up to 120 days. And then it's win-win for both sides. So if our solution doesn't work, they're not going to pay anything. Some merchants like to know upfront each month how much they're going to pay. So they don't want to wait the 120-day life cycle to see how much they're going to pay. So then we do have a per chargeback fee as well that they'll start upfront with.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Roenen Ben-Ami, thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Thank you.
All right.